Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Rox, and I'm coming to you today with the 21st and final installment of Roxicology. For quite some time, we at the end of the Roxicology run. I want to apologize to people whose letters I'm just not going to be able to get to. I had too many. I tried to pick a good variety of letters for today, and I'm going to get through as many as I can. I'm about to get out into the world and get my day started. Did I already say it's the day after Thanksgiving? Yeah, I'm telling y'all. My memory is so bad. It's so cold and the sun is so bright. You see? Oh my God. It's cold. But anyway, I wanted to get this video done before I headed out for the day. I'm probably not going to get it up till tonight though, because I'm not going to edit it until I get back. Yeah, you guys, it's non-stop November. You know, can't stop, won't stop, all of that. As far as Roxicology is concerned, let's get to it, shall we? Oh, you guys, I'm sorry the sun is so bright. It's going to go up in about 10 more minutes. We ain't going to have the sun problem, okay? So y'all just bear with it for a little while. I am a Korean Asian male and have white Italian adopted parents. Basically, on and off my whole life, people would make small little Asian jokes to me and point out my Asian features, which caused some insecurities when I was little. By now, I don't really get sensitive about it. I don't really hang around other Asians, so I've been surrounded by white people my whole life. I am basically a banana yellow on the outside and white on the inside. Recently, I heard about this eyelid tape made for Asians to give them a double eyelid and make them look more Caucasian. I decided to try them out, and I really liked the way it looked. I didn't really hate my eyelids that much before, but now that I've gotten used to the tape, I won't go out of the house without them in. I feel like they only worsen my insecurities about being Asian. My parents think I should be proud of the way I look, but I really hate my natural eyelids now. I feel like it's no different than African American women wearing weaves. Should I go back to my normal eyelids? Okay, well, I don't know if it's the same as African American women wearing weaves, but the reason why I picked this letter is because it is the same as, you know, black people getting nose jobs, or, you know, white folks getting their lips plumped, or, you know, it's a lot of different things that we do to ourselves that might change the look of, you know, might change our appearance and kind of take away from what you know, what we look like naturally as a race, or as a heritage, or as a, what is the word, y'all? I can't even think this morning, but you know what I mean. When I first read the letter, I was just like, why are you doing that? But then when I really thought about it, I was just like, well, people do it all the time. I mean, I've heard of some Asian people not being happy with the way that their eyes look, and they've taken different steps to change that. If you like the way it looks, if that's the way you want it to be, then that's fine. Now, I'm wondering, how un-Asian do you look? I haven't ever seen this tape eyes thing, so I don't really know what you look like, but I think the more important thing that you have to do when in these type of situations is still be true to who you are. I mean, you are still Asian, even if you are taping your eyelids. And even if you do have the surgery to eventually change it. This is a touchy subject because I know some people feel really against changing different things that take away, you know, from who you really are. So yeah, I don't necessarily see the problem in it. Not at all. Certain things about us we just don't like. Now, I'm not really fond of my nose, but I've come to terms with it. Okay, so meaning, like, if I ever get you know, if I hit it big, I'm still gonna get this stomach sucked away, but I don't think I would change anything on my nose. I might get my teeth done, but I'm not gonna change my nose. I have a good girlfriend of mine who had a nose job. She's still very aware that she's a black woman. Her nose just is not as big as it was. So, you know, I don't know. Some people will probably say that it's a problem, that you don't like how you look, and then other people will say it's cosmetic. I'm just saying that you need to be true to who you are still inside. You are still Asian, even if you do have this surgery. I think there's somebody on TV that had it done. The Asian lady on, what's the show with Sharon Osbourne, and, you know, the Asian lady who also was the host for Big Boy. I don't even know if she still does it. Is it Big Boy? Big... Oh my God, what's the name of the show? Big Brother. I think she had her eyes done as well. It's just a matter of preference. And if it, I believe that is cosmetology. And if you still understand that you're Asian, even though you've been around a lot of white people, Italian people, um, it still is what it is. So that's basically it. Okay, what you guys think out there though? Do you think that it's different? Do you think that he has an issue really with truly who he is, or is it just the look that he's trying to get? Let me come closer. My best friend's 5-year-old daughter is so bad to the point where we don't want her to come over or go anywhere in public with them. My friend thinks it's cute and her husband ignores it. Should I try to help her or just not say anything? She is really sensitive. This is funny because I think we all have a friend or a family member who got some old badass kids. I just wouldn't go around them. If my friend had some kids that I felt I couldn't say that they was bad or you need to do something, I would cut the contact. Let me not say that. I wouldn't cut the contact, but I just wouldn't put myself through that. Okay, I already know I don't have the patience for that. Okay, I've never been one that's been super duper indulgent of kids. Like I love my kids, I love my friends' kids and everything, but I've never been one to be like, oh, you come here and sit on my lap and da-da-da. So I already know that I wouldn't. I don't want to be around somebody whose kid is running around unchecked, not saying anything. Okay, you have a friend or a family member that's gonna say, oh, she's just sleepy, or oh, he's just this, or he's just, yeah, no. Okay, you gonna need to get that under control. Now, if they not gonna get it under control, then I'm just not gonna be around you. Now, I realize every time you can't be that way. I mean, you have a friend, they have a child, you guys get together and all of that. But when the situations where I know I'm not gonna be able to tolerate it, okay, like for instance, if I'm going out today, I'm going shopping, that's fine. We're gonna be out and outside and kids can run around, and I can understand that the kids might get crazy, and I can tolerate it. But in other situations, like we about to go to church together, or we gonna go sit down and do something, and where I know this child needs to try to have some restraint and the mother is not gonna do it, then I'm not gonna be around them in situations like that. Absolutely not. Okay, I have always had a relationship with my friends jokingly, that I could probably express how I feel about their kids. Okay, maybe it's a way you can jokingly tell it, girl, I'm not going with you. You gonna bring her? Absolutely not, with all that screaming and yelling she be doing. And then if enough of you guys keep on doing and saying stuff like that, she'll get the picture. Like, I love my kids. I love my, all my friends' kids. All of our kids are all big now. But when they were little, I was always able to tell their kid, like, sit down. To stop all that. Why are you doing that? I was able to do that to my friends' kids. And my friends were able to do that to my kids. I mean, that was the relationship that we had. I mean, everybody, ain't nobody hitting my kids and vice versa. But, yeah, I didn't have any problems with my kids being disciplined by my friends verbally, if it's something that they're doing wrong. Now, I know everybody's not that way. So you going to have to try to figure it out with your friend. But yeah, my advice would be if you can't figure out a way to get her to get the message without her getting upset and being mad at you and hurt feelings and all that, I just would stop going around them. She'll get the picture eventually. I am a 32-year-old woman. I met my husband in college, and next week we'll have been married for 10 years. I was 18 when we met and had 2 sexual partners. He, on the other hand, had been around the block a couple of times. My issue is I love sex. I love sex with my husband. I've never been able to look at him during sex, especially with the lights on. This doesn't exclude me from being a freak by any means. 50% of the time I put a pillow over my face. I know, weird, right? I spoke to my husband about it years ago and told him I was embarrassed of myself and my body. He assured me of how much he loved me and would never poke fun at me, but that didn't work. It's almost like a phobia. Do you know how I can get past my body image issues and embarrassment? Ooh, yeah, I don't know. But I mean, I'm sure there's a lot of women that have, maybe not to this extreme, but yeah, I mean, we all have we're all conscious of the flaws in our body. I think you kind of have taken it to a different step though, okay? Putting the pillow over your face is interesting because even while you're covering your face, you do understand that he still sees your whole body. I don't know if this is anything anybody could ever tell you there's no advice that I could tell you to change that. That's something you're gonna have to go to a therapist about that, because why is it exactly that you feel this self-conscious? Now I know it's a lot of women that don't want to have sex in the light. I know there's a lot of people who don't necessarily look at their partner when they have sex, have their eyes closed the entire time. So I know that it's common. But your husband has told you, he loves you and he loves your body and he doesn't have any problem with it. And I'm sure that's true. Okay. Most times men don't have a problem with all the flaws in a woman's body, because when we about to do it, we don't give a damn. Okay. As far as a man is concerned, it's the women who put a lot more pressure on themselves to look, a certain way. I know you haven't had much sexual experience as far as, multiple partners. And, I'm sure you've had your experience with your husband. That's usually where you've been together this long. This is where you pretty much have done, most of your learning and everything. But yeah, I don't know. I think that this is something that you probably would benefit going to talk to somebody in therapy. I mean, is there a reason from the past that you have you always felt this way? See, it's hard to even say because you've only had two partners. Yeah, I don't know. I really think that this is something that you could talk to a therapist about, because if I can tell you a million times, I know how it is. It's just like when you get your hair done. Somebody can tell me, everybody can say they love my hair. If I hate it, then I don't care what anybody says. So it sounds like it's the same thing for you. Who wants to I'm not laughing at you. But who wants to have sex with somebody with a pillow over their face? Okay, some of the things that men enjoy is looking at the expressions on your face. Okay, and when you're self-conscious, you obviously don't want him to see any of that. Yeah, I don't think that you're opening yourself up, fully to your husband. It's not fair to him. It's not fair to you. As much as you love sex, I think you will enjoy it more if you weren't so inhibited. So yeah, I think that that's something that you should talk to a therapist about and see if there's even some other reasons why you feel the way that you feel about your body. All right. I am a 24-year-old African-American man who recently got a graduate certificate in information security in April, as well as got my master's degree in information systems management a year ago, and also my bachelor's degree in computer information system 3 years ago. I've been struggling to find a job in my field. I've been told by many companies that either I don't have enough experience or been told that I'm overqualified. So I was venting my frustrations to one of my friends and was told that by a few of them that been through this, that this is a different field, that I might need to take my master's degree off my resume because I'm possibly scaring companies away because I have so much education and only limited experiences, or the fact that they don't want to pay me the extra money. So my question is, should I take my master's degree that I worked my ass off to get, as well as further into debt to obtain it, or should I just continue with it on my resume and wait for a company that will accept me with all of my credentials? This was a really good letter, because I think that, it's a lot of us that face the same issue. I got my master's degree, and then when I was with the thought that I was going to get this position at my job, and to make a long story short, I didn't get it. They got rid of the position, and I figured that I could still use the degree somewhere else, and it's been very hard to find a job, and I think a lot of it is for the same reasons. I don't have the experience, even though I have the degree, but I worked hard for that fucking master's degree. Okay, it was a lot of work, and I just can't see me taking it off of my resume. I would not take it off. But maybe that might not be the best advice. But yeah, I personally feel like I worked fucking hard for that damn degree. I spent a lot of money on it and still spending a lot of money on it. And, I would just have to trust that this degree is eventually going to work for me. I don't even know if it's the companies are being scared off by you. I think it might be more of a situation that is just so much competition. I mean, there's a lot of people out here with degrees who are not working in their field. And, you start to see people with masters working in very low paying or low position jobs. And it just kind of gets to the point where people just got to take a job wherever they can because they have bills to pay. But I wouldn't take it off. I don't even know if it's been, if that really is what the hindrance is. Like I said, it's a lot of people who have these degrees. There's just not enough jobs out there for people to take. You know, I work for a county where when people quit, we had like this mass retirement some years ago, like almost 5 years ago. And then instead of them refilling all these positions of all these people that retired, they just got rid of the position. They got rid of the positions altogether. So, and every time somebody quits in our office, you know, they get rid of the position. So it's never really any real career path. If you want to promote or anything from within, it's hard to do that. And then, you know, like I said, people that are looking for miles, it's just a mess all over. I wouldn't take it off. But maybe that's not, maybe that's ego. And maybe that's pride and the fact that I worked fucking hard for the damn degree. But, you know, maybe somebody out there who works in human resources, who, you know, has a little bit more experience in this could tell you better. I'm just saying, if it was me, I wouldn't take it off. Yeah. Good luck to you, though. I hope you find a job. Yeah, that shit is rough. Getting some work done on our internet, and now the AT&T man is pulling up. He probably gonna be like, what the hell is she doing in this car? Anyway, let me see if I can get through one more question before he walks up. I'm a college student graduating next December. I have been in a relationship for a little over a year. My boyfriend is lacking in ambition. I keep trying to let him know about opportunities that could help him tremendously, but he finds some excuse not to do it. He wants to marry me someday after I graduate from school. I'm trying to wait for him to get it together because I love him, but I feel he isn't anywhere near husband material, or really trying for that matter. Do you really feel like I should wait, or should I just stop it at this point? You know, what I will say is you're just graduating from college. You still have time before I could really say that you need to, you know, really have shit together. Okay. And that being said, I believe that your boyfriend still has time as well. However, you know, I've always felt that somebody needs to have a plan. Okay. And if you don't have a plan, then you kind of just wander aimlessly. Okay, you guys both sound like you're still young and all, and yeah, this is definitely the time to be doing the wandering, if that's gonna be, you know, because you can't do that when you get in your 30s. You need to have, you know, shit needs to be in some sort of place by then. But as far as right now, I don't know. I wouldn't even, if you're around 22, 23, I wouldn't say that it's time to be getting married anyway. But you know your boyfriend better. You know him best. Okay, if he's one of those ones that just seems like he never really has much ambition, well, then you already know. I mean, you know, we can lead the horse to the water, but we can't make him drink. You always telling him about different opportunities that he doesn't, you know, take advantage of. You know, eventually you're going to get tired of that. Now, I don't really know if he is just kind of in this mode right now, or if this is really a person that just don't do shit, or kind of, you know, just kind of okay with the status quo. I was gonna say the status flow. Like I said, you would know that best, but I would say to keep an eye on him. You guys have only been together a little bit over a year. You know, this next year, you know, maybe keep an eye on him. If you feel like this is somebody that you can make it work with, okay, then you should keep an eye on him. If you starting to feel right now that, you know, this ain't working and I'm wasting my time and I'm spinning my wheels and I feel like I'm, you know, I got better opportunities without him, or he's kind of holding me back, then you already know what to do. Okay, but if he's just somebody that maybe just needs a little bit more time, you know, I would say that a year is still short and that you still have a little bit of time to like kind of see where his head is at. But yeah, I wouldn't give it much more time than that. Okay. Like most families, we have issues. My family is opinionated and fake and talk behind each other's back and only do things for each other to brag about it. I clash with them because I am a loving, down-to-earth person who has a low tolerance for BS. I don't like drama, so I try my absolute best not to be a part or create it. I recently started my own family, and it seems like they don't understand that I have my own household and can't be a part of everything, and also I'm over the drama, so I have been keeping my distance. This is my last straw. My mother had cancer a year ago, and my aunt volunteered to take her to chemo since I had a full-time job and could not do it all the time, so I appreciated it. Here, a year later, I'm hearing that I should have been doing that and not her, so this is an example of the craziness, because why didn't she tell me that it was an issue to transport my mom before I would have made a way then? So what is your advice? I have chose to give them space for now and have decided not to spend any holidays for the rest of the year. I need a break. You know what? I totally understand how you feel. People can be messy and like to start a lot of mess just to keep themselves looking good. And I think that is totally okay if you have to take a break from your family. Doesn't mean that you love them any less. Okay, it just means that I'm going to have to love you from a distance. I think that's totally fine. You have to talk with your mom about it, because does your mom feel the same way as your aunt, or is this just some shit that your aunt is getting? I would try to have the discussion with my mom about it, and if my mom and I are on the same page about why you couldn't do, the take her while you had to work, then I wouldn't worry about it any more than that. Don't put any more energy in it. As long as you and your mom knows, okay, now your aunt, for sure, she's running her mouth, she's going on. And yeah, that's kind of the bad side of all of this. She's just going around and making you look bad. I mean, if it really bothers you, I would confront her, okay? I know you said you like to stay out of the drama and everything, but now she's dragging your name through the mud, okay? And if everybody is messy, it sounds like people gonna believe her, you don't respond to it, then, it'll just be that. Now, if you don't care, then I just say leave all of it alone. Quit talking to everybody, take this break. Yeah, I think that is perfectly fine. I don't have issues like this in my family, but if I did, and I'm lucky because I'm away. I'm in Atlanta, so I don't have a lot. I'm not around a lot of the drama that might be in LA. But yeah, I wouldn't have a problem taking a break at all. I think that that's perfectly fine. And whenever you're ready to come around, and then that's fine as well. Okay, let me go over here and talk to this AT&T man. All right, but good luck to you. Hopefully you and your family can come to, you and your mom can come to some sort of agreement, and everything else will be fine. I've been with my boyfriend for 1.5 years with a 3-month break. He is great, but he has issues with being emotionally unavailable, immature, and mean-spirited during arguments. I'm very in touch with my feelings and into effective communication, so that's been a huge problem in our relationship. But since we've been back together, he's been amazing, and he's been figuring out exactly why he has these particular issues. But I'm scared that he may relapse, because he's doing it for me. On the other hand, I have an ex that completely adores me and has always been thoughtful and emotionally available. We broke up 2 years ago and he still lives for me. We broke up over something really small, and the guy I'm dating now has hurt and disrespected me in the past on levels that my ex never would have. He is great in the same way as my boyfriend, but immature because he carries himself like a boy and not a distinguished man that kills my excitement for him. I love my ex, but there is a magnetism towards my current boyfriend that is so overwhelming for me. Give it to me real. What should I do? Am I right for giving my current boyfriend a chance, or am I wrong for not giving my ex the opportunity to grow and mature? Okay, well, what I'm going to tell you is you're going to lose everybody, okay, because you with one, you still pining for the other one. This is sister girl to sister girl, okay. Look, a lot of times we kind of get into this mode. You sound like you're resentful to your current boyfriend because of, what he's done to you in the past. So then you start to remember all the good times that you had with your ex. But he's an ex for a reason. Obviously, there wasn't always good times. But see, when you are in a new relationship and things may not be going all that well, or it sounds like things are going okay now, but you still have in your mind that resentment of how he treated you in the past. Okay, now all of a sudden the grass is starting to look greener on the other side. Okay, but like I said, he's an ex for a reason. Obviously, it wasn't all good. Okay, and maybe if you were really truthful with yourself and really looked at how everything went with you and that ex, then you would understand that you've just kind of talked yourself into thinking that it would be better somewhere else. I'm not saying that your current boyfriend is perfect, but however, he sounds like he's trying to work on his ways. You have said yourself that he's trying to make changes and he's working on his communication, all that. Okay, so I think that that's where you should be. You're going to mess around and lose that current boyfriend, try to go back to that ex-boyfriend, and then realize why he your ex. I'm telling you, exes always look better, especially if they have some sort of idea. I don't know if he knows that how you feel about your current boyfriend. But if he does know that, he's going to play it up. He's going to play the perfect boyfriend, the perfect ex-boyfriend role. Okay, but yeah, I think that you not being real truthful, and I don't think it's really fair to your current boyfriend. But like I said, I totally get it. Resentment issues, I've had that. That's something that I've dealt with. So I know how it can get your brain to thinking, all these other things and all these other options. Okay, but if the person that you're with is willing to make the changes that you feel you need to be in a successful relationship, then you really need to take a look at it, because I'm telling you, it ain't gonna be with nobody in a minute. Okay. Let me get on up off of here. I've got to get my day started. Like I said, I got the AT&T man here trying to get this Wi-Fi together. Just a whole lot going on. So anyway, yeah, thank you guys so much for participating with Roxicology. I'm gonna pick it up again next year, but you know, these letters take a lot out of me, so you know, I'll be needing my break. Plus, you know, the minute that you don't say something that somebody else agree with, or, you know, they want to tell you that, you know, is you shouldn't say this, that, and other. Yeah, I don't have time. I don't be feeling like all of that. So that's why we just bring it back in spurts. Okay, but that's it, you guys. You guys remember to rate, comment, and subscribe to the channel. I'm itsrox. The channel's for itsrox, and everything else I do will be in the bottom bar. All right, all right. So I hope that you have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your day, and I plan on doing the same. Until next time, Roxstars. Bye.